All right, so I feel like we haven't picked on T-Rell enough on this podcast. Let's get right into it, man. You were hiding it. You thought we were never going to find out, just like the video of you attacking Frank Ocean. And as soon as you got it in with Blasey,
they came
some
and
of the internet detectives on a certain public forum that I will not disclose the name of started doing overtime, and they found a whole bunch of shit that we didn't know about. Now, there was all kinds of shade room appearances.
I knew about everything. I never said nothing.
Okay, so you didn't say anything.
That's
you didn't
my
snitch on your
boy.
boy. That's nice. But anyway, the thing that really took us aback, and I would love to sort of unpack this and talk about what happened. So Charlamagne, at one point, before he became PC the God, when he was still just C the God, he decided that he needed some content, so he was going to basically declare war on T-Rell's fiance,
on the
wife,
whole
whatever
family,
the fuck categories he is. Yeah, he got mad. And for the people who don't know what I'm talking about, there was a video, and you can give me all the details here, but it was her breastfeeding with a 3-month-old infant in the club at a Tiger show.
Was it in a club or at a venue?
When you hear that,
There's a concert.
When you hear that, that sounds bad, right?
In the club.
But the reality is like, okay, he's working for Tiger at the time, and it's his fucking girl. So she's basically taking the kid to work, right?
You want to know what makes it even worse?
She got earplugs in, that was my main concern when I heard about it. I was like, what? Like, and then I saw the earplugs. I'm like, oh well,
Bro,
whatever.
what brings everything full circle is Heather is singing my song in the video.
Shut the fuck
I didn't even
up.
know that. What?
Shut the fuck
She's
up.
singing I Got the Juice, bro.
Oh my God.
In the video. That's crazy.
That's a very full circle
That's
moment.
full circle moment.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
So Charlamagne takes aim at her, and in his description of how foul he viewed this behavior to be, he referred to her as a hoe. This causes T-Rell to hop on his Instagram,
as he should,
mad as hell, declaring war, almost saying basically that Charlamagne was going to get clapped. Basically just letting him know. Shit could go down, Charlamagne.
Well, your girl DM'd him first, right?
I'd have clapped your ass
He
too.
said, that woman that you are calling a hoe is a black woman who owns a cosmetics brand, a store, it's just laying into him. Which, to be totally fair, when I think about, I think if Charlamagne were to watch this now, I think he would probably be on your side that he was over the line with that, because he's really kind of changed his style up, right?
Yeah.
But so then Charlamagne decides that he's gonna declare T-Rell, our T-Rell from No Jumper. But he was going to give him the donkey of the day. The donkey of the day is normally reserved for like school shooters.
Yeah,
and 6'9",
crazy shit.
somebody who just got 30 years for some dumb shit. He gave T-Rell donkey of the day.
That's how you know my boy really was popping though.
That's a
For real,
W.
for real.
But you know what?
that's lit.
I felt that as a positive.
Yeah.
Because
It's a
I turned it
W.
around. I mean, I was, first of all, he was, Tiger was performing at the Nokia Theater, and we was on the second floor. And, to your point, it was my job. I had to be there. We didn't have a babysitter or whatever the case may be. I had to bring my baby. And, this was Heather's first child.
Dedication.
And she really loved her. She was a beautiful kid, smart, young, and she was like 4 months, 4 months. And I figured we would go to the second story.
Away from all the niggertree.
Where it wasn't too crazy. You know what I'm saying? And we'll get up there and we'll have a good time. To Charlamagne's defense, around that time, motherfuckers was doing a lot of weird, dumbass shit. And he probably thought I was one of those people, but I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I was a respectable young man in there, and I had to tell him, you know what I'm saying? I had to get at me. If he was in Los Angeles, California at that time,
It would have been ugly.
it would have been ugly because I didn't have no filter and I didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But luckily he wasn't. He turned it around.
Luckily for him, he was on the other side of the country.
But luckily it
bullets
was,
wouldn't reach.
luckily it was, and I got to like, break down the whole situation, and then, he read it. He probably felt the same way I felt, and he was like, you know what? All right, I'm gonna retract that statement. Let's go back and let's just focus on him, because what he's saying is fucking ignorant, and I'm gonna just give him the donkey of the day. And that kind of shedded light on me. I mean, it is donkey of the day, it's some bullshit, but it did kind of shed some light on me, kind of like in a positive and negative way. But shout out Charlamagne, I fuck
You
with him.
stood up for your girl, and in the situation, you were right to be standing up for her. Because
For sure, 100%.
Knowing the full reality of the situation, or even just giving Heather the benefit of the doubt, it seems like the way he characterized it was bullshit. And this is like the easiest way to go viral on the internet in general, is like take a video clip of somebody
misrepresenting.
act like it's one thing and ignore the context. Don't ask the person what's going on. Just rip into
But
him
he
and,
did-
and turn him into the villain of the day. And he basically did that. He took
he
took
did-
it
he
and
did kinda
unfairly portrayed her.
He did mention that you worked with Tyga in the
No,
video.
he called me a court jester. You know what I'm saying? But
He was trying to be funny.
no, he killed me off. But that particular video,
He
that
said
shit
you were good at Starbucks.
wasn't just on. Yeah, but that particular video just wasn't on Breakfast Club. That shit was on the news. Like her
What?
parents seen that shit in Texas on the news. Like that shit was stupid viral. Like with a kid in a club and the blah blah blah.
Was they mad?
What,
You know
what
what I'm
was the
saying?
tone? Were they happy that you stood up for her? Were they mad that you were saying some
Yeah,
gangster ass shit?
everybody was like super happy that I took up for her. But in that, you know what I'm saying, going back to what he was saying, he called me a court jester. And then really that like kind of unpacked everything that I was like, it like kind of, I had to like take a, you know, step back and look at my life like, hold the fuck on.
Wait, so
but
yeah.
that's how
Charlamagne
niggas,
broke
that's
y'all
how,
up?
but that's how niggas look at me. You feel me? I'm like, that's how motherfuckers look at me. I'm like, that's fucked up because I feel like I'm doing a whole bunch of shit. I feel like I'm standing side by side by a motherfucker,
Yeah.
even though I ain't doing the music. You feel me? I'm doing
That's
a
deep,
lot. This
bro.
is my homie, but a nigga of his stature felt like I was a court jester and had that on me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You had
go
to,
get the Starbucks,
reevaluate.
bitch. You feel me? Like,
No,
and I'm like,
we
damn.
talked about that because I felt like that before too. Trying to be a solid nigga to the homies, like
Same.
put your homies' careers before you put your own careers, and niggas will make fun of you for that.
Same.
You know what I'm saying?
They do it to me with him all the time.
But think about the thing that you did there is that you were in a situation where it's a war of words and you kind of like went physical with it. Obviously not actually doing something physical, but you basically like got threatening. And that's like a weird choice that you make when you're a broadcaster or whatever. And it's like, as you get more and more used to being on camera, you get, I think, more and more not used to like threatening somebody or making it something where like, I'll do this to you.
Yeah.
Because once you like have been talking back and forth with people long enough, you just start to realize,
Yeah,
like,
but if somebody-
that's very unlikely to happen.
but-
Yeah, some people are in your fucking orbit.
No, but
like
if somebody
that, but-
calls your girl a hoe, that the gloves is already off.
Yeah.
Like if he would have said, he could have said the same thing and been like, "This young lady did this
But this
dumb
woman,
mistake." You know what
whatever.
I'm saying? And then if you would have took it to violence, it would look bad. But like you calling the mother of his child, newborn child, a fucking hoe,
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
even
It was
knowing her.
crazy.
Was that your
shit-
first
that
kid?
shit- That was, I was our first kid.
Come
and that
on.
shit made me follow Charlamagne and like made me look into what he be doing.
Trying to see where he finna be at.
Yeah, I'm like, hold on. Oh God,
Okay,
that
wait,
shit
wait.
made me follow. Cause I'm like,
I got a
hold on,
question.
I
I
got
got
to see
You
what's
got
going
an
on.
apartment in New York.
I got a
I
question.
became a fan after that.
Wait, listen, I got a question. If you would have seen him a week from after that was released,
It was bad.
Worse
It
than
was
Frank
going-
Ocean?
It was cracking.
You
What?
wouldn't have just chased him down? You would've
Frank
got-
Ocean was like,
You would
know,
have caught
that
him at
was,
the red light?
that was petty. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe. We just hit 200K. We're trying to get to 300K.
turn us up.
Appreciate y'all.
Let's go.